Do most extroverts succeed just because they talk more? Or do introverts succeed because they stay quiet and think more deeply? Is success really about how much we speak? Or is there a deeper lesson that many people miss?
Hello everyone, welcome to today's meaningful story. Today we're going to discover a habit that may silently hold many of us back.
You may not even realize it, but this habit could be standing between you and your goals. As we listen to this story, we will also learn some useful English words and sentences that you can use in real life. So stay with us until the end. Today's story is called Let Your Actions Speak. In a small town lived a boy named David. David was smart, hardworking, and full of dreams. He wanted to become the top student in his class. He wanted to learn new skills. He wanted to build a successful future. David had one habit that was quietly creating problems in his life. He talked too much about things that didn't need to be shared. Whenever David learned something new, he couldn't keep it to himself. He told everyone about his plans. He talked about his dreams. He shared his goals, even told people about his personal thoughts and feelings. David believed that talking about his goals would keep him motivated. And he enjoyed the praise he received from his friends, parents, and teachers. People would say, "Wow, David, that's a great goal. I'm sure you can do it. You're going to be very successful." David felt good hearing those words. But there was one problem. Even though he talked about success all the time, he wasn't actually getting closer to success. David's recent exam results were only average. He couldn't understand what was happening. He had talked so much about becoming the best student. He had told everyone how hard he was going to study, but his results didn't match his words. To make matters worse, some people started making fun of him. David felt disappointed. He started losing confidence, even began losing interest in some of his dreams. One weekend, David decided to visit his grandfather. His grandfather was wise, patient, and always knew how to make David think differently. When his grandfather saw him looking sad, he asked, "What's the matter, son? Why do you look so down?" David finally opened up. He said, "Grandpa, I tell everyone about my dreams, but I can't seem to achieve them. And lately I feel like I'm losing interest in them too." His grandfather listened carefully. Then he said something that surprised David. "David, perhaps you're losing interest because you keep sharing your dreams before you have achieved them." David looked confused. "Really, Grandpa?" His grandfather nodded. Then he began telling David a story. Many years ago, in a small village, there lived a farmer named Thomas. Thomas was poor, but he was hardworking. He had a big dream. He wanted to build a large farm full of crops and create a better life for himself. Every day, Thomas worked hard in the fields. He saved every penny he could. But Thomas had one important rule. He never shared his plans with everyone. People often asked him, "Why do you work so hard every day?" Thomas would simply smile and say, "You'll understand in time." Then he would return to work. Years passed. Slowly, Thomas bought one small piece of land. Then another. He planted crops. He worked from morning until evening, saved his money, and he kept moving forward. Eventually, Thomas had enough money to build a proper farm. The following year, he built a beautiful house. People in the village were amazed. They couldn't believe how much Thomas had accomplished. Everyone wondered, how did he do it? One day, an old friend visited Thomas. The friend asked, "Why didn't you ever tell anyone about your dreams?" Thomas smiled. Then he answered, "When you talk too much about your plans, two things can happen. First, people may discourage you. Second, you may waste energy talking instead of doing." Thomas continued, "Silence protects your goals. Words are like arrows. Once they are released, you cannot take them back." Then he said, "I wanted my success to speak for me." David listened carefully. His grandfather continued, "Son, when you tell everyone about your dreams, not everyone will be happy for you. Some people may discourage you. Some may doubt you. And some may even make fun of you." But then his grandfather explained something even more important. Sometimes when you talk about your goals, your brain can feel as if you've already accomplished something. You receive praise before you do the work. That feeling can give you temporary satisfaction, but it may reduce your motivation to keep working. David became quiet. For the first time, he understood the problem. He'd been enjoying the feeling of success without doing enough of the work required for success. After a moment, David asked, "Grandpa, how can I change?" His grandfather smiled. "From today, speak less about your plans and focus more on your actions. Then he gave David one final piece of advice. Let your success be your voice. That day changed David's life. He stopped telling everyone about his plans. He stopped seeking constant praise. He started studying quietly. He practiced his skills, worked on his weaknesses, spent less time talking about what he was going to do, and more time actually doing it. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. And slowly, David began to see a difference. His confidence grew. His knowledge improved. His grades became better. Most importantly, he stopped worrying so much about what other people thought of him. Then came the final exam. David worked hard. He stayed focused. He believed in himself. When the results were announced, David had ranked first in the school. Everyone was surprised. His friends asked, "David, how did you do it?" David simply smiled. He remembered his grandfather's words. Stay focused. Let your success speak for you. A few years later, David became a successful entrepreneur. His story inspired many people. He had learned an important lesson. True success comes from action, not from talking about action. David didn't become successful because he was an extrovert, and he didn't become successful because he was an introvert. He became successful because he learned to focus his energy on meaningful action. Here are some useful expressions from today's story. 1. What's the matter? Meaning, what is wrong? Example, you look sad. What's the matter? 2. Open up, meaning, to talk honestly about your feelings or problems. Example, David opened up to his grandfather. 3. You'll understand in time, meaning you will understand later. Example, don't worry, you'll understand in time. 4. Let your actions speak, meaning, show what you can do through your actions instead of your words. Example, don't tell everyone what you're going to do. Let your actions speak. 5. Keep moving forward, meaning, continue working toward your goal. Example, even when things are difficult, keep moving forward. The moral of the story is, don't spend too much time talking about your dreams. Spend your time working to achieve them. Your words can tell people what you want to accomplish, but your actions show what you are actually capable of doing. You don't need to announce every goal. You don't need everyone's approval. Sometimes the best thing you can do is work quietly, stay focused, and allow your results to speak for themselves. Speak less about what you will achieve. Work harder to achieve it, and let your success speak for you. Work quietly. Let your success do the talking. The lesson from the story: the lesson is not that talking is bad. Being social, expressive, and confident is not wrong. Extroverts and introverts can both be successful. The real lesson is about balance. Talking about your goals can sometimes be useful, but talking should never replace action. Instead of constantly saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to become successful, I'm going to achieve my goal, ask yourself, what can I do today to move closer to my goal? Even a small action every day can eventually create a big result. So, talk less about your plans, work more on your plans. Stay focused, be patient. Let your results tell your story. Conclusion: remember, you don't have to prove yourself with words. You don't have to tell everyone about your dreams. You don't need everyone's approval. Your work will speak. Your progress will speak. Your character will speak. And eventually, your success will speak for you. So, don't be afraid of silence. Use silence to focus. Use your energy to learn. Use your time to practice. Use your effort to grow. And when the right time comes, let your actions speak. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video and share it with someone who needs this message. And don't forget to subscribe for more meaningful stories, life lessons, English vocabulary, and motivational content. Until next time, stay patient, stay grateful, keep learning, keep working, keep moving forward, and remember, work quietly. Let your success do the talking.